Good morning, good morning, good morning. In this video, we're talking about people that have to pay back EBT money that was given to them.
I just saw this girl's
Person number one.
TikTok. I can't stitch it, but her name is Sammy Catherine, I believe. But don't quote me now. She basically said that Food Stamps sent her a letter stating that she owes a certain amount of money in food stamps back, or else they're going to take it out of her tax return. And I kid y'all not, I literally got the same letter when I was 21, 22, and I was on food stamps because I had my daughter, right? I was on WIC, food stamps, and my daughter had Medicaid. I had Medicaid too at some point. But then I went to court and I was awarded child support. Now, after being awarded child support, even if that man made one payment and he did not pay anymore, they did not care. They were just like, well, you're getting child support now, so you can be off of food stamps. And I'm like, babes, this man's not paying. They're like, well, you were awarded child support. And they're like, give me my money back. I kid you not, I was in shambles. I'm like, what do you mean, give you your money back? I don't got it. Between lawyers, paying for my daughter's stuff, diapers and stuff, and this man not even paying child support at that time. You're going to tell me I owe you $1,000 something? I was in shambles. Shambles. I had a heart attack. Called food stamps and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry, babes. I explained to them the situation. She's like, don't worry. I'm going to wipe it off. Had it not been for that lady, I don't know what I would have done. But I kid you not, I never have applied for food stamps ever again. Even if I was like, unless I'm super, like I lost my job, I don't have any, I really would, that's my last resort is to apply for food stamps or any type of assistance, because I'm absolutely terrified to get a collection from the government to give back money that obviously I pay in my taxes now. And even back then I was paying in my taxes, but I can't even get those benefits. And they want their money back. That was sick. That was a sick realization. And they're like, we need your money back, the money back from since you were supposed to get child support. Called them. She took it off my account. Never, even when he stopped paying for some time and people were just like, go back on food stamps, I never went back. I was terrified. Still terrified. I'm never going back on that. I don't care what it is. Like, no.
Basically, you can apply
Person number two.
if the county feels like they overissued you benefits, but sometimes they make errors, and that was my case. So what happened with me is that whoever was reviewing my case was negligent, and they always like put a new person on your case, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they should keep the same person so they know what's going on. But anyways, they were just being lazy, and I think they just input the same exact information. And so they said that I didn't report income at all when I did the STAR 7, which is just kind of like recertifying the benefits, which is untrue because I was working a regular part-time job at the time at a hotel. And I know for a fact I submitted the pay stubs as well, but they were lazy and they input the information that I was still with my background acting and my DoorDash. And so when I didn't report an income for that, they were like, oh, this person doesn't have any income. And this was October. I get this letter in the mail in December telling me that I owe $291 because they overissued it to me. And I had written them a letter saying, hey, I don't even do DoorDash anymore. Like, there was no income to report. Yes, and I just want the worker to admit she made a mistake. I get that we're human beings and we make mistakes, especially if you're new. I don't know if that was her case. Sometimes we mess up, and that's fine. Just admit to that mistake and try to fix it.
I almost
Person
just
number
got
three.
arrested again. This time for welfare fraud. I was going to Walmart like I do every week. I get food stamps, so I get between 5 and 7 24 packs of like the cheap Walmart brand pop or whatever. The ones that you get 10 cents back for every, can or whatever. And I use my food stamps to buy the pop, and then I go out to the parking lot and I pour them all out. This girl and her husband with their family were next to me in their car, and they freaking called the cops. The cops show up as I've got like over 100 freaking Walmart pop cans all around me, and they told me to stop where I was at and put my hands up. They gave me a warning. They say next time they catch me pouring Walmart pop out in the Walmart parking lot, they're going to arrest me for welfare fraud. And now I'm going to lose my food stamps. Not only have I lost food stamps, my cash assistance, my disability for me and my kids over this TikTok crap, not only all of that, I am now getting threatened that they are going to press charges against me criminally. This is getting out of control. I need to figure out who it is that keeps reporting me, because this isn't funny anymore, okay? This isn't for clout. This isn't for games. This is my real life that you are playing with. TikTok is gone in a few weeks. And then I still won't have any of those things. So what am I supposed to do? I can't go get a real job. I can't go get a 9-to-5 job. That just does not work out. Sitting here at the DHS office with my there because not only did somebody report me to DHS because me and my fiance did a angel tree this year. We bought gifts for a family of 3. Not only did somebody report me for that, because obviously I have too much money and shouldn't be getting benefits. Not only that, they reported to DHS that the 3-year-old that I have, like on paper, that I have a social security number for, that I have a birth certificate for, that came out of my hoo-ha, is not really my son. Or that he's not in the home. Like a lot of money on TikTok now, and we all know it's not going to get banned. Okay, it's going to be stuck in appeals for years. I just got my EBT 6-month review. Do I have to tell them how much I'm making? Like, will they find out? I don't want to lose my food stamps. Because I see other creators on here, like big creators, talk about EBT and how they are still getting EBT and that they deserve it, because this TikTok income isn't really income per se, if you know what I mean. So, how do I get around this issue? Because I don't want to lose my food stamps. Does anybody know? Like, I don't know if they can find out, because then I'll lose my food stamps, and I might have to pay it back. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.
I just want to check.
Person number 4.
I received a letter from the Food Stamps office.
It says, after multiple videos were sent into our office, we had to conduct an investigation. And during our investigation, we did come across a few discrepancies in your application. It says, therefore, over the last 6 months, you received benefits that did not belong to you and needs to be paid back. You know how much I have to pay back? Do you want to know how much food stamps I have to pay back? I have to pay back $27,000. Good thing is that they offer a payment plan, because where the fuck am I going to get $27,000 off of? And guess what? I'm not even going to pay it. Y'all have to prove to me. Where's the proof? This letter doesn't mean anything. Where's the proof? Show me the proof of what I was doing wrong. This is unbelievable. Didn't your parents ever teach you to mind your own business? Or they didn't teach you that?
Person number
So
5.
she sat down with me, and again, she got my statement. And I told her everything. I was like, I had to rob Peter to pay Paul. And that's not a good thing. But I mean, as a single mother, you have to do what you have to do, because if nothing else, my daughter had food. If nothing else, she was going to have food. And so we did the long paperwork, and she came out with like books of receipts of every paycheck. Even when I changed jobs, like she had every paycheck. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to jail. And she was like, well, luckily Duval County is the only county in Florida that does not prosecute beforehand. Other counties go to jail firsthand, but see, I didn't know that. So when I originally got the call, or when she showed up at my door that night, I was up boo crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to prison. Who's going to watch my baby? Like, I Googled and I seen where they had went to these people's jobs and arrested them. Like, I was petrified, and I could not tell anybody because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I was angry with myself. Like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? But again, I did it to put food in the house. And because my daughter's medical bills was like absurd because she was constantly sick. So they sent me a letter and they told me to go down to the state attorney's office. And as I waited, I was shaking because I was like, they're fixing to come arrest me right here, right now. They're coming to get me. But they also told me to come with a money order for like $150. And I was like, okay, what's this for? So I go in there and I sit with the lady. And again, I'm still looking around like, oh my God, I'm going to jail. I didn't warn anybody. Like, now I'm angry. Like, oh my God, my baby's in school. Like, what am I going to do? And it's making me teary-eyed now because that's how scared I was. So the lady sat me at this big, long table, and I'm looking around. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to jail today. Like, what's going to happen to my baby? Because, all she has is me. I look at it's her, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was petrified. And so she came out with that same book and she was like, yeah, we see every job, every penny you have made. Every penny you've made while you were getting food stamps and Medicaid. Medicaid was the most, of course, it's hospital bills. And so she ended up giving me my spiel. She was like, listen, we're not going to arrest you. You have never been in any trouble. You are not a habitual offender as far as you've never been sanctioned before. So this wasn't you've done this numerous times. Okay, so the last video cut off. But she was like, you've never been in trouble. You've never been sanctioned. You've never had those issues. So we're going to go ahead and work out a deal. And we're going to work out a payment plan. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm not going to jail. Okay, I can breathe. And she says, but I couldn't come up and say, this is how much I can pay y'all every month. She gave me my balance. Almost $22,000. Almost $22,000. It was like 21 and some change. And again, Medicaid was a majority because I would get food stamps 6 months out the year. And so think of 7 years, 6-7 years. About 6-7 years at like $300 a month or however much they was giving a mom and baby. But it was majority, again, Medicaid. So she was like, your payment is $340 a month. You're on this until 2024. Mind you, this was 2018. So I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? So I did whatever I had to do. I couldn't get food stamps anymore. I didn't want to see a food stamp card. I didn't even want the PEBT card with my name on it. Like, that's how scared I was of food stamps. So I signed my documentation and I've been paying. So I struggled. COVID hit. I lost my job. I was making over, I think I was at 65 a year. It's not much, but I lost that because of a whole nother situation that's due for a story as well, where there was some discrimination. But I struggled, but I made sure I paid it. And there was even times where I didn't have it all. And my caseworker at the restitution department was amazing. She would let me do partial payments. She would let me do late payments. But baby, y'all got that money when I told y'all I was going to get that money. So again, I struggled. Every month I was like, okay. So then I got another job and I was making way more than what I was making when I lost my job. Again, in this economy, it's not much when your bills is more than your than your income. Like, let's just be for real, especially as a single mother. But I can say as of today, April 12th, 2024, I made my final payment, $439.65 this morning.
This concludes the
I'm gonna tell
video.
y'all
Thanks
this.
for watching.